Yep. Haha. And looks like there's various books, globe, desk, weird statue with two different faces, some what the fuck is that, and of course a red swing line stapler.
So is that's a bust or a full statue?
Bust.
Okay, and it's like two-sided. Does the face look familiar to like the Poseidon statue? Any similarities to other artwork we've seen? Like the artwork.
Nobody you know.
Does it appear to be female or male?
It's supposed to be female on both sides.
Supposed to be female on both sides?
Yes, that's the closest I could find to female on both sides. Believe
it's
me,
it's marble, right?
And possibly you want to touch it and find out.
Is it the
same? Without knocking it over.
What? You're gonna knock it over?
Without knocking it over.
Oh, sorry. He's feeling up statue. Feels like it's definitely stone. You're not sure if it's marble or some other kind of stone. Could be like onyx or something. Onyx.
The two faces, are they the same?
Yes.
See. Does it happen to look like the same material? Can I correlate that with the weird gazebo thing made out of black stone and pillars?
You know, now that you mention it, you should take a card. You're not sure, but it's possible. Yeah.
Oh, I should probably make my geology.
Did you say the face was the same on both sides?
Yes.
Same age and everything?
Exactly the same.
Now you said I noticed something about the desk, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So I'll go ahead and I'll look in the drawers, look for false bottoms, see if there's
false
something stuck underneath.
There's the false bottom, and there's a book inside of the false bottom. That's how Logan handles searching, because otherwise it's just a pointless dice rolling thing. Yes, you eventually manage to extract a drawer, and underneath where that drawer is this book. And it's got words in it, lots and lots of words.
What? A book has words?
I'm afraid so. Yes. Whoever wants to read this can have a card for it. That way the studio audience can hear it. And here you go.
Great.
Same reactions as everybody else.
All right, Vince, you're up. You need one more card.
Right. Holy crap. All right. A simulation of a diary supposedly written by Janice. Reading this shows that she's a very private person who may not be telling everything or is unwilling to admit certain things even to herself. After Janice was abandoned by her mother, Mildred, and by Mildred's friends in Amber, she was looked after for a short time by Mel. Mel disappeared from Amber, withered off on her own. Ignorance by foul play is unknown. Janice suspects that several of the Amberites, who she thinks are shitty people and the best of times, had Mel killed, but she doesn't know why. Janice became pregnant in Amber. Whether, though, abuse or love is not hinted. The father did not know she was pregnant when she left, but she was very young. It is hinted that the father is a lord of Amber. It seems that she may have been either seduced in a moment of weakness or even had some sort of mind-influencing magic used on her. It's not clear from the text. What she makes very clear is after a one-night stand, she was dumped and not even acknowledged. Feeling very angry, she went to a place called Skidland. I'm not gonna. All right, this is a place has repulsor rocks or repulsor. I can't. What's your name? In other science-y stuff, the time within the shadows seems to also move freakishly fast compared to time in Amber. She had a child which she named Jator and raised him in Skekland. He grew up always knowing he was of Amber, but not knowing who his father was. In the tradition of her mother's, Janice did not speak much of his father to Jator. Jator joined the military despite Janice's wishes. This again led her into a cycle of depression, as she felt that he too had abandoned her. Janice's one consolation is that the military might make Jator strong enough to deal with those in Amber. Whether she meant to stand up or slaughter isn't apparent, and from her tone, she seems to elucidate between missing her unnamed brief lover and wanting to kill him and all of his relatives. Skekland went to war with Rahabra. Jator was sent off with his own unit and went through many military campaigns. He rose through the ranks and got jobs and solicitations, many of which not allowed to speak of. Jess knew only that he was some sort of elite unit. Eventually, his unit found themselves in a brutal fight, and Jator became the unit's sole survivor. There was a dark cloud over his discharge, as the military did not know whether this person was heroic survivor, someone who had betrayed the entire unit, coward, or lucky. The war was slaughter caused something to snap inside of him and changed him for the worse. He returned home for a brief time in which Janice alternatively ignored him, betrayed, and miraculously mothered him. He left again, casting her into a dark depression. As a civilian, Jator met someone who was in Skekland, who in turn introduced him to a man named Trevor. Trevor ended up giving Jator some sort of a job. The last time she saw Jator, he seems to have adopted the colors purple, green, and white. Since everyone seems to have left her, Janice formulated a plan to work in keeping her parents, who she seems to both love and hate, safe, though she fails to elaborate on the plan.
I gave you your card.
No.
Thank you very much.
Oh, discard that one then.
You suck. Okay, so that's what you guys found in the.
So, Jator or Janice, is this the person then we're supposed to be learning of their history, or diminishing a rival and learn another's history?
Let me know if anybody
Janice
else is wanting to mess with anything else.
Janice is the person with two faces, right?
Ooh, take a card.
I don't know.
Knowing is fucking mythology. Who knew that class would come in useful?
Actually, I learned that in English because for some reason my English teacher loved giving us mythology and whatnot. He was a big geek on that.
Vince is breaking up a bit. Do you guys hear that as well, or is it just me? Is there anything that can be done short of strangling Vince to help?
Give me a second. Wrong button.
Now, Logan.
That's me.
I know we're not there yet, and we've got our sleep sickness still.
Mhm.
But does Skagland ring any bells with us from being from the far future?
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like a far future kind of place. So yeah, you guys would probably feel right at home in a place like that.
Repulsor walks and sciencey stuff.
Yeah. pretty much all the neat future tropes and stuff.
But nothing about Skagland itself
Very little.
triggers anything.
Yeah, but although it could be somebody else's name for like, well, I'm guessing that where you guys are from, they have like a lot of different colonized planets and things like that. So it could be a colony somewhere. You're not really sure.
So I know you say not to put a lot into the photographs, but I'm still going to double check. Is there anything in the cover, in the jacket? Can we remove the pages? Is there anything hidden within the book itself? I see like an anchor and a globe with a wheel.
Yeah, the globe I'm curious about.
Yep.
The globe itself, it doesn't quite seem to be Earth. It's kind of close-ish to Earth, but not quite.
Okay.
Europe looks different, and there's no Australia, and you're not sure if there was supposed to be a New Zealand or not, because even on Earth globes, they often forget New Zealand. Why? Humans. They suck.
Does the globe itself look like it can be opened?
No. You guys have checked out everything else other than the stuff that I put up there, which nobody has touched. Yeah, everything's super.
And then the other thing, they look like really old-fashioned scissors of some sort.
They do.
Which seem pretty like out of place, like time period wise. Like here's a modern-ish stapler, and then like this scissors from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the scissors themselves, were they on that desk?
Yep.
That had the false bottom? Okay. And then what he read was from the summation of the diary. Okay.
Yes.
By supposedly written by Janice. So is there anything that actually, like, there's no signatures or anything that says property of Janice, or does it literally say supposedly written by Janice?
No, it's the author identifies himself. That's a summary, and so you don't know if the person identified as the author actually wrote it or not. There's questions involved. But
so in all of our travels that we don't quite remember, I'm guessing we're being tested in the holodeck here. This is like the home of a time traveler. What do you think, Gus? Dr. Z?
Time traveler, or someone who
explains all the books,
is very, very old, doesn't need to travel time. They've just always lived throughout time. And they're collecting these artifacts.
And wasn't there something about like the Wadi or whatever, about, these curses lasting a couple hundred years?
Mm-hmm. That's one of the 3 ways to get rid of the curse.
Although the curses were mainly, according to the book about the Wadi, given by gods to other gods of the Wadi, not to the Wadi themselves. But they're like the eating of the lunches with the names and the passive-aggressive Post-it notes were all things done by their gods rather than the Wadi themselves, who seem to be
but that's something that would last a
bushmen.
couple hundred years. So I'm just trying to put perspective into the time frame of all of these things from various times. What kind of time scale are we talking about here?
Got it. Just let me know if anybody's wanting to touch anything other than the bust on the desk, which Vince has already thoroughly molested.
A question: with the stone statue, if you will, is there anything on the base below it?
No, you've molested the shit out of that bust, and there's nothing else.
Got it.
You have
I gotta
molested.
step away for 1 minute.
Go
ahead. You got a question for me, Ralph?
Twofold. Why don't you look for the secret passage? Because every good study has to have a secret passage behind that special book.
I'd have given you a spot hidden for that.
I was thinking it might be like a globe, or if
see,
there's a secret passage, it's probably in the bust.
No, I'm giving you guys spot hiddens for any of that weird shit because otherwise we're gonna go through like this hours long cycle.
Okay. Gotcha. So no, okay. Secret passage. What was the second thing you were gonna ask about? Said you had two things.
Now, Logan, I know you said not to play too much on this, but I'm still gonna ask. So there's the big blue globe on the desk, and on the book itself, there's like that ship wheel with like it looks like a globe in the center of it. Do they look like they match? Don't match?
No, don't read too much. I just needed to study.
I like reading into things.
I just needed to study picture.
I'm evil like that.
I just did a Google search for give me a fancy looking study. That's all I could do.
Gotcha. That stapler looks like it'd make a great.
Like, just get out of here.
Spend the whole entire session in this one room.
Do you want to touch the red stapler or no?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Got it.
Is it the same
You feel
shade as?
oddly possessive of the stapler, and like if somebody was to take it from you, you might burn their building down.
All right, I put it in my pocket and hold it close to my heart.
You feel better now.
All right.
You're pretty sure you can find a use for this stapler somehow.
All right, I'll be right
Was
back.
this the same shade as red as the door?
Pretty close.
You'll never know. I keep my jacket tight.
Hmm.
Do I need to perform an autopsy on you?
Those scissors might come in handy for your autopsy.
True. Hey, here you go, Gus. Give him the milk.
He'll be really surprised when he comes back and he's holding the milk.
All right, I guess I can just pocket the scissors.
When you pick them up, it doesn't quite feel right with you. You're like, no, these are not for me.
Maybe because I'm the captain.
You're not really sure why. You just feel these are not for me.
Hey, Hunter, try picking the scissors up.
I picked the scissors up.
These do not feel right for you. They are not for you.
Yeah, I have all the office supplies I need. I put the scissors down.
Yes, because the pen is considered an office supply.
And there was a book that I read years ago called Live a Better Life Through Stealing Office Supplies or something like that. It was awesome. I got in trouble for bringing it to work once.
All right, come on, Dr. Z. It's up to you to solve this riddle.
Dr. Zayas, Dr.
There
Zayas.
is no riddle yet.
So there's a lot of water theme.
There really is.
There's the sea monkey coupons. There's the Poseidon God statue, and then there's those smaller guys.
I'm not a linguist, or what was that from the movie? A namiologist. Yeah.
What movie are you thinking of?
J-Tor. Any idea where that name would have originated from?
That was the last name. I don't know.
He's back. Gus, you're holding a 4-pack of milk for some reason. Chink, chink, chink.
Why don't you pick up those scissors real fast?
What are they doing right now?
They're both looking at you like,
Are they holding milk bottles?
no. You're holding all the milk. You have literally all the milk. It's been draped over your wrist like your little Mary Sunshine or something.
Pick up the scissors, Gus.
I look down.
The scissors are laying on the desk, as they're calling them.
So the stapler's already been picked up?
It's gone. It's mysteriously disappeared.
Right, I saw Hunter put it in his pocket earlier.
That could
No,
be
you didn't.
the answer to the mystery right there.
No, this blue goblin came through the vents and ran off with the stapler.
So I looked down at the scissors. Okay, I'll grab them.
It feels right that you should have these. It's an
Okay.
odd, inexplicable feeling. Perhaps you
Question,
can explain it one
Gus.
day.
J-Tor, I'm just throwing something out here because we remember that barbarian we saw. Didn't he come from that same direction? Would J-Tor be like a axe wielding kind of guy's name, or what do you think? Do you have any history on that?
Came from that direction?
Yeah, remember, because the creepy house was to the west, wasn't it, of Main Street, and that's where the guy with the axe came from that first time we were here.
He didn't come from that far. He came from the bowling alley. But if we would have gone west out of town,
Well, we never saw him
That's
show up
where-
in town. That's just kind of where we picked it up at. When we heard the horn, we got there, and he was already at that point.
yeah,
I'm trying to see if he
that's what
came
our
from-
analysis. That's what our analysis told us, was that's where he started. But I don't think there's any evidence that he came from that direction.
Because remember, he had a really
well-
thick. Well, just we don't have to go over, but remember, he had a really thick accent. And I'm trying to match the name to see if that would match something from that type of region.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Logan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Now, with the colors purple, green, and white, would that be considered Romanesque, or because weren't those kind of like rich people's clothing colors? Or
Well, actually, you did good there. Give me a history roll, and I'll help fill in your knowledge. Otherwise, you may continue
my
floundering.
quarter?
Ooh, purple was definitely a rich people's color because they would use some sort of snail that I forget the name of, and you go and you get a little streak of purple. And so it took thousands and tens of fucking thousands of these fucking snails and a lot of hand labor to go. And eventually, in Roman times, they made laws about who could wear what kind of clothing because middle class people were getting too rich and starting to dress like rich people, and this pissed off rich people, and so they made laws about it. So even through medieval times, which then followed the Roman times, purple was always considered a color of royalty.
Good to know.
Yeah, well done on your history roll.
And so where I was going with this, guys, is this house is in the same direction, just general direction. We don't know who any of these people are. I was just trying to see if there might be some kind of correlation between the fact of she was in a sciencey place, kind of futuristic, but we don't know where she raised her son at.
Well,
It doesn't mean she raised her son there.
That guy's accent did kind of sound like he came from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs flow.
Still think it's dumb how they put that in the Thor movie. Still mad.
All right, so we're still in the study at the moment, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you've got the
So I-
scissors still on you. Let me know.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll keep the scissors since it feels right.
Give me a. I don't know. You notice that the scissors, as you call them, they seem sharp and dangerous to you, but you feel that you should be having them.
Are they shears?
Oh, take a card. Yes, they are actually shears, according to the doctor, rather than scissors.
All right. Can you take me back to the main page real quick?
Aye.
Just didn't want to get rid of them. Just go fine. All right.
Exits from this room It's pretty much going back to the living room and then on from there.
Right, so back into the drawing room.
Mhm.
We've got, we go into bedrooms or billiard room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out the billiard room next.
All right. The billiard room is interesting. First the picks, and then I'll give you some description. Let's see. Yeah. Now, there's a pool table in here. In the center of the pool table is that odd symbol with the circle triangle thing. The stone thing is on one of the like a plinth off to one side, like it's one of the objects d'art here, you know, so it's like, oh, isn't that lovely? Everybody can give me Cthulhu Mythos roll. Because I know you guys
Oh,
got that
yes.
skill. Oh, no.
Makes sense.
Everybody goes, cool.
But of course.
All right, and the weird symbol in the center of the pool table, which looks to be a functional pool table, all the pool balls and stuff, is new and alien to you. Although maybe you'll make some sense of it.
Is there any cues lying around?
Yep, they're on the wall in the rack.
All right.
Not iRack, but a rack.
All right. I set the knife down
That's very kind of you.
and I pick up a cue.
Sure.
Are the balls positioned, or are they kind of scattered, or?
They're scattered right now, although if you want to rack and stack them, that's easy enough.
Well, I'll probably do that.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a play pool roll. Let's see if you can match the best result I've seen so far.
Yep.
All right. He's fucking shooting like a boss. You're like, God damn, I don't want to play him in pool. The best result so far was somebody fucking fumbled. You know when you rip the green felt stuff and they fucking buried their entire cue under it so it looked like a snake hiding under the fucking ground? That was the best result I've seen with it. But yeah, you apparently be sure to. You've been building up this skill. I see.
No, I haven't learned.
Oh, okay. Be sure to put check in learn since you got that.
Now, the symbol, was that on the wall or was that on the statue?
Center of the pool table.
Center of the pool table, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Which he is currently playing pool across because, you know, like a boss. Now, also, exits from this room include either the games room or a trophy room.
Okay, let's take a look in the games room.
In the games room, there's some more. Everybody give me Cthulhu Mythos rolls again for fun.
Not today, Cthulhu.
Okay, 1 second, please.
Let's see. While he's doing his second, cool. There's the mysterious statue of gosh knows what with all the who knows what's around it. Maybe you can figure that out on your own. And it looks like there's a large miniature battle set up with various minis and stuff. There's a very old-fashioned looking tape measure type of deal on the table. And, yeah. No other exits out of this room.
Is there like any slips of paper
No.
in here?
No.
Old tape measure, and then the statue. And the statue, is this part of
Holy crap, that's actually Cthulhu.
the...
Yes.
Something starting to realize.
The statue and the other things around it. Can you identify the things around it, Vince?
cultist.
Yes,
Yeah.
take a card, Vince. Well done. You've educated your boy well, Ralph.
In the art of
C is for Cthulhu. And anyway, yeah, those seem to be like more of the objects, the art that are off to one side, Jay. You know, like decoration. Everybody give me a spot hidden roll, by the way.
Before I do that, I'm just gonna discard a +5.
Sure.
And I'm gonna play our spot hidden. Hold on.
I was gonna say, just put it on a picture you can already see, because that way you're not covering up new shit.
All right. I'm gonna play self-improvement. Getting a permanent D3 in any one's occupational skill.
And since we all failed our rolls here, Logan, I'm going to go ahead and play an alertness.
On the tape measure, imagine somebody using a red Sharpie to make a little line, but that line seems to be moving erratically back and forth along the yellow tape measure on its own, with no input from anybody. Just wandering around up and down it.
I try. It's not wandering randomly, I doubt. I tried to.
Looks to be random.
We don't have pencil, paper. I know there was a desk and other stuff. We've been around, so I just start reading off the numbers to see if there's a pattern to the numbers. Is it given like coordinates?
It's as erratic as a malfunctioning Xylon eye.
Looking at these paintings, do they match any of the description maybe in that diary that we read?
No.
Any way to correlate anybody?
No.
Okay. Hey, Doc, why don't you try to pick up the tape measure, see if it feels good?
All right. Let me pick it up.
Doesn't feel right. No.
Sucks. Paint their miniatures.
It sucks, he announces immediately.
Here, let me see it.
It doesn't feel right.
So the red line again, it seems to be moving like it's an animated line.
Yeah.
Or like electronic or something.
Yeah, but it looks hand-drawn. It doesn't feel right in your hands, though.
But animated. Okay.
Gus is not liking it. It's like, no.
I pick up the Cthulhu statue.
Cthulhu always feels right. No, but it feels like a statue to you. Heavy.
Anything underneath it?
No. Again, you don't have to manually search everything. I'm just telling you. Or giving you spot hiddens and shit. As long as you molest it, that's fine. You just say,
I'll try to pick up the tape measure, see if it feels right.
It does.
Ooh. All right.
You like it? You like it?
Mm.
Not as much as he likes his red swing line stapler, but yes, he does like it.
All right. This could be handy.
Yes.
What? I don't know that.
Actually, hurts my face to frown. All right.
As you begin to get pieces to the puzzle, but you don't know what it's going to make. You feel like you found a corner piece.
Stapler.
All right, so let's just keep note of this stuff. Let's move to the next room. We're going to go to the trophy room.
All right. The trophy room has a whole bunch of shit in there. Yep. There's all the stuff in the trophy room. The picture of Vigo is like a big life-size thing. I still insist that for any child's bedroom, this is the thing to have in there, is a life-size picture of the Carpathian. The cryo tank appears to be like a plastic mock-up. The weird skull with the horn in the center appears to be like a plaster mock-up thing. Can anybody tell me what the symbol on the skull is? I'll give you a card for first person to give me that.
Symbol on the skull? Is that
That's
what
right.
the pyramid thing is?
What?
The pyramid thing, is that what's on the skull?
Pyramid thing? No. This over here.
Am I looking at the wrong skull?
Oh, that.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong skull. Nope, don't know what that is.
Sex identification?
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like.
I don't know.
Okay.
Religion?
Cool. No. Cool. All right. Well, there you go. There's a whole bunch of more
On top
shit.
of a H.P. Lovecraft book, so it's got to be a Cthulhu thing.
Yeah, not a Cthulhu thing, oddly enough. Anyway, all that shit's laying in there. The symbol, it seems to be on a banner that's hung on the wall. The other symbol is on a different banner hung on the wall. And then, of course, Vigo is hung on the wall where he belongs, and his eyes follow you around the room, and he looks pissed, as always. And seriously, you get like a fucking 4 to 6 year old, and you hang that shit up in their room. This is when you're bad. He comes out of the painting and spanks the shit out of you. The kid's like, my room is no longer safe.
So we got the skull with the symbols on books, and then that last symbol on the right. Where is that at?
Hung on a separate banner.
So there's 2 banners with symbols then, right?
Yes. Also, in the cryopod thing, which you guys probably all, because you're from the future, recognize cryopods. There are a couple different uses for cryopods that you've heard about just because it's in the newspapers, either prisoners, or gaming, or long distance travel between the stars, all that kind of different shit.
And is there a dummy in there like this, or is it just empty?
There is a dummy in there, but it's somebody that you do not recognize.
Female or male?
Male.
Are you going to molest it, or are you not going to molest it?
What do you think, Gus? Does this thing function?
Well, Logan, you already mentioned, you said it looks just like a fake mock-up, right?
It's the kind of thing that you could buy on like some fan website type deal. It's like, I've got too much space in my mansion. I want to tie up more room than a coffin would. I want to just make it totally unusable for anything except, displaying this huge plastic mock-up of a cryotube. So I'd like one of those.
So it looks...
It doesn't look realistic, but
I'm commenting on that, and it looks plastic, looks empty.
Totally.
Blah, blah,
I mean, you tap on it; it's definitely plastic. But
I think if you're a rich person, they'd have higher quality.
No, I mean, this is probably a few grand for a fucking mock-up here, but
it's for look, not it's for show, not actual function kind of.
I mean, it may be sturdy enough for somebody to crawl into, unless they're fat like Logan, in which case it'll probably collapse. And
does it actually open up? Or
oh yeah, you open it up. It smells like plastic inside. You know that kind of smell of plastic you get.
I examined the dummy. Is there anything on the dummy, or?
You guys examined the shit out of it. No, it looks like a really well-made replicant. The dummy's features look like if you knew who it was, it might make a difference, but you don't. So, fortunately, you don't actually need to know who it is to solve this whole thing. Otherwise, that'd just be cruel and unusual shit for me to send you through this. I just want to point out you don't have to know shit to make it work. I ran newbies through this and they figured it out, so I'm okay with it.
Okay, then next.
Who threw away the special day card?
Trophy room. Trophy room.
I'm guessing it was thrown away a while ago.
Yeah. From the trophy room, we can only go back into the games room?
billiard room. And from there you go to living room. From living room you could, if you want to go to somewhere new, go into the bedrooms, and they have their own bathrooms as well. Because rich people like to be able to shit and stuff.
Study, drawing room. Okay, so we're back to the drawing room. We've gone to the study, billiard room. Tell us more about the bedrooms.
In the bedrooms, you guys discover some interesting stuff. First off, just in case you've never seen it before, here's a fancy bed, right? Just in case you don't know what they look like. And
I feel like you're calling us poor.
Yeah. And also there's 3 rings. The Montezuma one should be more of a skull ring. So there's a skull ring, a garland of flowers ring, and a fairy ring.
Oh.
Okay. So bedrooms. Just to clarify, these are all in different bedrooms, or is this all in one bedroom?
Each ring is in a different bedroom.
Gotcha.
Oh, and the bathrooms, the only interesting thing about those is right above the toilet paper. You notice that there are little itty bitty things of those. They can't be pushed or anything cool like that. They're just like somebody put those up and said, that looks great. I'm going to keep that up there. For those listening, it's 3 little seashells.
Just at a quick feel, I'll pick up one of the rings. We could do the skull ring.
Skull ring doesn't feel right for you.
All right.
All right. I'll grab it.
What's that?
I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
So these items we're finding are probably syncing up with the cloaks we're wearing, is what I'm thinking right now.
Take 2 cards,
Really?
JP. And then
I'll try the
immediately.
flower ring.
the flower
Let's
ring.
try it.
It doesn't quite feel right to you.
All right. Fairy ring.
Yeah.
I try the flower.
Yeah. Flower power. Yeah.
All right. Well, just for that, both of you guys get to discard all your cards.
Cool. I'll move you back to the card page. That's what you get for thinking. Yeah.
Nope, there goes the clueless card.
Yeah, you never want to play the clueless card anyway. It's called a how to get the other PCs to hate you card.
Perfect.
I've only once seen a really desperate party all agree to play it, and I gave them a clue and they hated me for it, so there you go. So you were the sole survivor there, Gus?
Yeah.
That's a spirit.
Now, can we go back to the rings?
Yes. 3 rings to rule them all. Oh, sorry. There you go. Rings. Oh, also, in the bedrooms, male clothing, female clothing, and some odd clothing. It looks like this kind of clothing, although the pattern on the shirt is also on the back. Men's clothing, women's clothing, and that red clothing.
Oh, would I just? Oh, is it just a shirt or is it like pants as well?
Shirts.
No, that's mine as security officer, isn't it? The shame. All right.
Front and back.
Let's
talking
see,
about
we've got our medical officer, we've got our engineering officer, and well,
And your name's
I changed
Hunter,
shirts.
so yeah.
I changed shirts. I'll put it on.
Okay.
So this was found in one of the closets, you said?
Yeah, all the closets have men's clothing, women's clothing, and well, so apparently security officer clothing.
See, High Command is recognizing my leadership qualities. I have been rewarded with clothing.
Take a card, Ralph.
I'm now free.
No,
real-
smash us with your stapler.
Real quick, the stuff that we've picked up so far, you got the stapler, the shears, and then what was that third item? What did
Tape
you
measure.
pick up? Okay,
The tape measure.
You, Hunter's got that, the tape measure. What has the doctor, what have you picked up so far?
A flower ring.
A what?
A flower ring. A ring that has a bunch of little flowers.
And chlamydia.
No, thank you.
White flower ring. Okay, let's see. I've got the skull ring. Which ring do you have, Ralph?
The fairy ring.
Yeah, that's fairy ring. Okay.
I can see this being kind of a depressing time for Hunter, the head of security, as he's been given a shirt with the target on the front and the back and a fairy ring. I can see this being a trying time in your career.
Yep. But I have a stapler.
Yeah, you do feel better about that for some odd reason.
That matches my shirt.
It really does.
That's rising.
Dazzling.
All right, so let's see. This is in the bedrooms, right?
Yes. There are no other exits off of the bedrooms other than the bathrooms, which have already been as thoroughly explored as they need to be. Also, you have now completed the eastern gallery in its entirety as far as wandering around it.
What exactly was in the long corridor?
The Bobcat.
That's part of-
Bobcats.
That was where the Bobcat
Oh,
was.
sorry. No, you haven't done the long corridor. You're right.
The long corridor
you're missing
was
part.
connected to...
Yes, take a card for having better notes than Logan, who's trying to run this goddamn thing. Okay, you guys head over to the long corridor then, unless you don't want to. And there you find a couple of interesting pictures. They look like actual true to life. You have no idea what the significance of them is. And from there, it looks like it goes into a large room that has pews in it, 12 pews, like church pews, 6 on the side, and they're all facing the wall. I don't know if there's a special name for those frisbees that don't have any insides, they're just the rim. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Imagine one of those completely flat, make it out of some sort of silvery metal, and then make it like a disc, and then make it really big so that it's like a couple meters across in the inside, and mount it on the wall. That's what the pews all face.
And which way is the disc situated? Is it like horizontal to the ground, or is
it's like you look, it's almost like if there was a door in the middle of it, then you could go through the door, but there isn't. It's just a wall.
So it's something like you could almost walk through, kind of thing.
Yes, but it seems to be
like
mounted flush to the wall.
It's mounted flush to the wall.
Yep. Like if it was to create a magic gate or some shit in the middle of it, or a Stargate or something like that, you'd be in a good position to walk through that. But you're not authorized to go through Stargates without a nuclear bomb or something, just in case.
But there's pews set up to watch this, so it's almost set up like a room for like doing a ritual in. Are there other signs of doing rituals or anything like that?
No,
or
not even any
ceremonies. So it's just a very simple, plain room, other than the pews and the gate.
Yeah, there is only one thing that you discover after looking around. It's kind of like on the side of one of the pews, pretty subtle, and it's this symbol here. Whatever the fuck that means.
Which symbol?
The 3 Ys with an eye.
Yeah, just under the Bobcat. On that. I will get you there. And it's this one here, Jack. Yep. I like that new power of dragging the players to the picture that I want them to see. Lovely.
And I'm sorry, where was that located? That's in the room, but where? That symbol?
It's in a very subtle location on one of the sides of one of the pews. Not obvious at all.
Okay, so now you're saying that it looks like we've gone into all the rooms that were connected to the East Gallery.
Yes. The East Gallery is now explored. Whether you need to do more shit here or not, you don't know. But you've been to at least into all the rooms.
You said the basement and the attic.
That's back in the West Gallery.
Yeah.
Plenty more shit in the West Gallery.
So the West Gallery is where we started in the parlor and went a bunch of places. So yeah, let's go back to the West Gallery.
You guys stampede past the down corpses of your Spartacus kicked people, and back over. You make it past the dining room and all the other rooms into the kitchen. And in the kitchen, there you could go to the servants' quarters, the back door, greenhouse, basement, or pull down the thing which presumably goes into an attic. It's one of those like elongated trapdoor things, you know.
Okay, so from the kitchen then, let's go to the greenhouse.
You guys go into the greenhouse. It looks like all the vegetation and stuff here is dead. There's only one thing of some interest. On one of the pots beep, beep, is this symbol here.
This was on the High Priestess's head, I think.
Take a card, Vince. Yes. You feel as though it may be significant.
This is the third time I got Happy Holidays.
If only it was your special day. Other than that, nothing at all interesting about the greenhouse. You can see the weird black outside of all the greenhouse windows and shit.
All right.
Let's check out the servants' quarters.
Hey, Gus.
Mhm.
Back when you and your grandfather used to work on those hollow deck projectors, I mean, wouldn't you at least fill in the windows with like scenery?
Depends.
The servants' quarters. Work, damn it, work.
A question.
Oh,
Is there
what's
were
your
they
question?
growing anything interesting or not really?
Give me a botany roll.
All right. Botany.
No, they were not. Cool. In the servants' quarters, you find a United Citizen Federation poster on one of the walls, a stick that's about 1.7 meters long with some weird kind of crude cottonish stuff on it, a coupon for Spatula City. If you buy 11 spatulas, you get the 12th for just a penny. And the last item is on a very standard looking teddy bear. It has a collar. On the collar is a medallion. On the medallion is that symbol.
This was what on the guy, wasn't it? Or on the Norse?
Yeah, that's like the symbol we've been seeing over Burlington. That was the symbol on the door.
There seems to be a lot of fucking symbolism around here. You're not sure who's
Yeah,
in charge of
that's,
symbolism.
What was the second thing you described in here? Something sticky on it?
Yeah, do you see this picture here? It appears to be a stick about 1.7 meters tall that's got some sort of cottonish type stuff on it or whatever, like a crude cotton that's kind of tied to it. It does not look like a torch because torches are not usually that. 1.7 meters is about as tall as, it's probably taller than your Filipino character. It's probably about as tall as anybody else because, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Hey, Dr. Z, why don't you pick up the stick and see if it feels right?
I pick up the stick.
It feels right. Yes.
It feels right.
Can anybody tell me what that's called? I will fucking give a
cotton.
refill. I will give a refill for this because this is a really hard one. There is a special one-word name for it, not stick with shit on the end. The cotton itself, it appears to be like kind of a raw cotton.
Yeah, no clue.
Cool.
Swab it.
Yeah. Although, you know, if you had a giant thing, you know, we could probably make a Q-tip out of this or some shit.
I have no clue.
Okay. There don't appear to be any other exits out of the servants' quarters.
The sticky stuff on there, does it appear to be like honey, wax?
What sticky stuff?
Oh, I thought you said there's sticky stuff on the cotton. Never mind.
No. I said there's not any torch stuff.
Gotcha.
No, just cotton that's tied to this thing.
I peel back the posters or anything behind it, or
After searching the room like a freak, you've discovered nothing else of interest or value other than perhaps the teddy bear, which does not feel like it has anything inside, but it could be a memento or something to keep you warm on those cold, lonely nights when you have nobody to autopsy.
does this look similar to the bear at the carnival or at the fairgrounds?
No, it does not. Well, actually, no. It does look like. Actually, it looks like probably about the third size up. Yeah, take a card. Well done.
Why don't you see if you could keep it? Maybe they'll give us a head start on our collection.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, taken. Yeah, make a
You're
note
gonna watch
that's
me do all my autopsies.
third stage up, bear carnival. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Lovely. Back to the kitchen. I like that look in Jay's face. That's the fucking look of putting things together. I can fucking see the gears turning.